Hi everyone. Last night was the first of the Democratic debates over in America, and there was 10 of them on stage last night. There's another 10 tonight. There's actually more than 20 running for this Democratic primary, in this Democratic primary. These 20 on the debates are the 20 that have got 65,000 individual donors each, and I'll go on to explain how that works a little bit more later. Last night was the turn of people like Elizabeth Warren and Cory Booker and Beto O'Rourke, and my personal favourite, Tulsi Gabbard. Now, the reason she's my personal favourite, just for those who are not up to speed with her, it's her policies. She is very progressive. She is at home. Her home policies, I would say, are just as good as Bernie's. She's for Medicare for all. She's for all the progressive things that you would expect. And she's also brought through, as a congresswoman, she's tried to bring through bills that are very progressive, such as the Legalised Marijuana at Federal Level Act. And also, while all her colleagues were screaming, Russia, 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 they hacked our election, she wasn't doing that, but she did actually bring a bill forward to switch to paper ballots to actually improve the election integrity. So she's extremely progressive at home, but really it's her foreign policy that draws me to her, because she's the one candidate, certainly in the debates, certainly in these Democratic debates, who is pro-peace and puts war and peace front and centre in her platform. She wants to end the wars. She's also brought forward a bill to stop arming terrorists, to stop America arming terrorists. Al-Qaeda, al-Nusra, yes, they do. And we do too over in the United Kingdom, remember, in Syria. And also, she would pardon Julian Assange and Edward Snowden. So, yeah, she's great. She's fantastic. More on her in a second now. First of all, to clear up a couple of things. Who did well? Of the people that did terribly, I would say Beto O'Rourke. He was the Democratic rising star. Remember, they were trying to hoist up in the media the guy that lost to Ted Cruz. Yes, one of the Democrats' best hopes is the guy that lost to Ted Cruz, the guy that lost to he lost to the guy that lost to Trump. Beto O'Rourke, he lost to the guy that tried to ban dildos. Yes, he did try to ban dildos, Ted Cruz. He did terribly anyway, Beto O'Rourke did. At one stage, that was actually quite good when he started speaking Spanish in one question. And you can see there, Cory Booker's thinking, oh, maybe I should try that Spanish thing. But when he did it, I wanted to punch him in the face. Weird. I just don't like Cory Booker. That's probably because he's a liar and everything that's wrong with American politics. Remember, he was blocking that policy that Bernie tried to bring forward that would have brought in cheaper drugs from Canada. Yeah, that's the sort of guy Cory Booker is, really in the pharmaceuticals back pocket. So of the rest that of the rest, I would say Bill de Blasio did quite well, although he did bring up the Russia thing once, I noticed. I would say that Julian Castro did well, and there's a guy called Jay Inslee as well. I think he did well, but of the rest of them, no, Andy Klobuchar did terribly, and the guy on the end there, on the right, although some people will say 70% or 80% of the people standing up there are actually on the right, but the guy on the far right there, John Delaney, yeah, I watched it this morning. It was 3 hours long. I still don't remember him saying anything. So yeah, I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be going any further. The winner, though, before I get to the winner, let me just point this out. MSNBC set it up to make Liz Warren's night as easy as possible. They really did, even to the point where they gave her the last question for them to end the broadcast on. They set it up. They're trying their best to push her now. I think it looks like they've settled on Liz Warren as the person that the Democrats are going to have to, will get behind. Because I can't believe it's not Bernie. A lot of Bernie's policies were on show last night, I must admit. The clear winner, though, if you ask me, was Tulsi Gabbard. And she had a great night altogether, to be honest, although some people were wishing that she would speak more. But when she did say things, yeah, she said the right things. I'm about to end this old man's career. This guy, Tim Ryan, yeah, he had a question from Rachel Maddow, which I'm going to show in a bit, and his answer was terrible, and she jumped on him. I just want to point out that Tulsi Gabbard, 6 minutes 15, that's all she talked. You can see there Cory Booker and Beto O'Rourke at the top, Elizabeth Warren as well. But what she did say really, really hit. So Tim Ryan has just been asked a question about the 2 servicemen who were killed in Afghanistan. And he's talking here about the cost of the drone that was shot down. He's not talking maybe our drone shouldn't be over there in the first place, or maybe we shouldn't have spent 130 million on a drone in the first place, you know, spend that back at home. No, he's saying, oh, it's 130 million and now we've got to replace it. And Tulsi jumps on him. Enjoy this.
That's $130 million that we could be spending in places like Youngstown, Ohio, or Flint, Michigan, or rebuilding.
Congresswoman Gabbard, I'm going to give you 30 seconds, actually, to jump off what he said. He described engagement as the problem. Is that what you will tell the parents of those 2 soldiers who were just killed in Afghanistan? Well, we just have to be engaged. As a soldier, I will tell you that answer is unacceptable. We have to bring our troops home from Afghanistan. We are in a place in Afghanistan where we have lost so many lives. We've spent so much money, money that's coming out of every one of our pockets, money that should be going into communities here at home, meeting the needs of the people here at home. We are no better off in Afghanistan today than we were when this war began. This is why it's so important to have a president and commander-in-chief who knows the cost of war and who's ready to do the job on day one. I am ready to do that job when I walk into the Oval Office. Thank you very much.
Listen, I'm going to go down.
Okay. I'm sure you'll agree that was an excellent answer. It really was. She jumped in and she jumped all over him. I mean, that might be the first ever fatality of the Democratic debate. She talked about the lost lives. 2,372 was the last figures that I got. 2,372 dead American servicemen and women in this war. For what? 20,000 plus wounded. Over 20,000 wounded. That's the cost. That's the human cost. Tulsi Gabbard, 2 tours, remember, of the Middle East she has done. Volunteer she is. She voluntarily went on 2 tours in the Middle East. I think one was Kuwait and the other one was Iraq. She actually has friends, or had friends, that came home in a pine box wrapped in an American flag. She knows the cost of war. And it's no wonder she jumped all over him there. And she mentioned the money. Up to 2017, it's estimated that the costs of the war in Iraq and Afghanistan is somewhere in the region of $2.4 trillion. That's 2,400. So I can't get my. It's hard to get my head around it, but it's 2,400,000 millions. 2,400,000 millions. It's insane the amount of money that is. And it's going to keep getting up. Even if you were to quit, even if they were to pull out of Afghanistan now, they would still be paying for it for decades because that money has been borrowed and there's interest on it. That's the cost. And then she said, obviously, the needs of, she could use it at home, that money at home, for the needs of the people. And who better to start it off with than those who have been directly affected from war? For instance, the 40,000 homeless vets that America has. This is why I have always said that if she gets on that debate stage, she's going to light it up. People are going to love her. This is why they've been ignoring her in the media for so long. They don't want this message to get out there. Why? Because it's popular and America can't have their wars ended. That's what their economy's built on. Now, Tim Ryan, bless him, gets his clock cleaned. Now, any normal person would have ticked the licks there, said, okay. But no, he's well, let's face it, he's a Republican on a Democratic stage, let's face it. But he started digging a hole. And, well, here you go.
I'm going to go down the line here. Well, you know what? You felt like she was responding. You get 30 seconds.
You're a
Go.
very good man.
Fair
I
enough.
appreciate that.
I hear what you're saying.
I would just say I don't want to be engaged. I wish we were spending all this money in places that I've represented that have been completely forgotten and we were rebuilding. But the reality of it is, if the United States isn't engaged, the Taliban will grow and they will have bigger, bolder terrorist acts. We have got to have some present there. The
Taliban was there long before we came in. They'll be there long before we leave.
Well,
we cannot keep U.S. troops deployed to Afghanistan thinking that we're going to somehow squash this Taliban that has been there, that every other country that's tried
I didn't say squash them. When we weren't in there, they started flying planes into our buildings. So I'm just saying right now,
the Taliban didn't attack us on 9/11. Al-Qaeda did.
Well, I understand.
Al-Qaeda attacked us on 9/11.
I understand.
That's why I and so many other people joined the military to go after Al-Qaeda, not the Taliban.
The Taliban was protecting those people who were plotting against us. All I'm saying is, if we want to go into elections and we want to say that we got to withdraw from the world, that's what President Trump is saying. We can't. I would love for us to.
Who's protecting Al-Qaeda right now in Saudi Arabia?
You know who's protecting Al-Qaeda right now? It's Saudi Arabia. Yeah. She cleaned his clock. It was great. It was a great night for her. It was a really bad night for that guy. It really was. He should have just shut up. He should have took his lick and shut up, but he came back and he dug a hole, and yeah, that's his presidential candidacy, I would say, over in one night. But just in case there was any doubt as to who won the Democratic debate last night, here's the most searched terms. Look at that. This is during. That's before. So this is before. Yeah. Most states, Elizabeth Warren, bit of Cory Booker, bit of Beto O'Rourke in Texas and Wyoming, and Tulsi just in Hawaii, which is her home state. Look at that. Look at that. That's after the debate, actually, not during. That's after. She was the top trending item on Twitter. She was trending #1 out of all of the contestants, most search terms, etc. Even Meghan McCain, John McCain, warmonger, John McCain's daughter, who hates Tulsi Gabbard, couldn't wait to smear her as a sad apologist when Tulsi went on The View. Even she tweeted this out: Tulsi and I literally couldn't disagree on more, and she fundraised off my name for calling her out on her relationship with her Assad. But so far she's coming across as the most composed and authentic, and she deleted that tweet. So even Meghan McCain's like, oh yeah, to be fair, she's been the best one up there. I really do hope, I really, really do hope that this gives her the momentum and the extra 50,000 donors she needed to get on the third sets of debates. Although the third set of debates, I would have thought it's going to be just the one night, so to speak. I'm hoping that she's going to get up to the 130,000 thresholds. Tim Ryan's done there. You know, he's just making up enemies there. Mind you, he's perfect for the job, isn't he? She should now get to the third debate. Let's hope so. And now, I would also like to point this out. MSNBC, you really do suck. They came to her just three times, and the one once was to smear her. So even though they're actually not going to, and they're doing everything possible to stack the deck against her, she's still cleaning up. That's what happens when you put a progressive on stage there. People love them. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the next debates now. I'm certainly looking forward to tonight. Go Tulsi. Give her all the support you can if you're in America. Thanks very much for watching. Please make sure you subscribe and click the bell below to get a notification of any videos I drop. Please click through to the website to find out ways you can support me. I can't do this without your support. Till next time, peace and take care.